speaker, Rohit Chaudhary, is a super successful Etsy seller. Listen to his presentation carefully because this could be the start of something big for you. Please welcome Rohit on stage.
I already have this.
Sorry.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you had a delicious lunch and caffeinated as well. So my name is Rohit, and today I'm going to talk about a very niche marketplace called Etsy, where creativity meets commerce. Okay, so uh, I think everyone has heard of Etsy till now, right? But the reason it is very unexplored till now is because of complexity of selling customized and personalized products. Etsy is only meant for products that are either handmade, customized, or personalized, or vintage items. Etsy is not for reselling at all. So I'm into e-commerce for a little bit over a decade now, and I have sold on almost all Indian leading marketplaces. But yeah, I found my true love on Etsy. So I have been an Etsy seller for over 5 years now, and I run multiple Etsy shops at the same time. And yeah, we'll talk about Etsy in a detailed manner. I will tell a little bit about my story, like how I started with Etsy. So back in 2013, I started my e-commerce journey, and I was not getting any success or anything I'm not getting from Amazon or Snapdeal or Flipkart, ShopClues. I was selling at those times. AskMeBazaar.com, if you have heard of it. So my experience was not good. I was not sustaining in that marketplace, and in 2017-18, it has become so competitive that sellers were literally fighting for 100 rupees, 200 rupees. So I was speaking to one of my friend's mother. She's a US citizen, and she told me about Etsy, right? She was aware that I was doing something into e-commerce. So she said, if you genuinely want to do something, then explore Etsy. Her sister used to visit India twice a year, and she used to take a lot of clothes, cotton clothes, a lot of handmade items from Jaipur back to US, and then list them on Etsy and sell them for the coming 3 to 4 months. And just by selling those items, like I will say not in bulk, just like 20, 30 kgs, as much you can carry in an international flight luggage. So, and just by selling those products in US, so she was making quite a lot amount of money that can even sponsor her 2 India trips. She was doing selling, savings, and she was also doing other trips as well to Bali and other countries. So the same day, because e-commerce sellers are very quick, if they see the opportunity, they react the very same day. So the same night I created my Etsy shop back in 2018. At that time, no documentation was required on Etsy. Anyone can sell on Etsy from India, anywhere. No documentation was required. So I made my Etsy shop. I didn't spend much time. I just spent an hour, and I listed few products that are compliant with Etsy's guidelines. And then I didn't get a chance to check my Etsy shop for a week. I got engaged in some different stuff. So when I see after a week, I saw that 2 of my products have already been sold for $100 and $50, while the cost of those products were just $5 or $10 each. So that was the margin that Etsy was giving to me at that time. And the best part was my store was not even ready to sell on Etsy. It was having no banners, no shop logo, worst listing that I can ever do, just 2 photographs, no description, nothing. But still, the buyer was willing to trust me. So I thought, like, this is something different. This is not like traditional marketplaces, right? If I would have done this listing on any other marketplace, I would have never got this order. So I saw the potential on Etsy, and then I started my journey. I built more products, more Etsy shops. I explored more customizations and personalizations option. So now we'll talk about Etsy seller guidelines, benefits of selling on Etsy, how to set up an Etsy shop, Etsy payments, and running ads on Etsy. And I will also show you a few of the real-time listings to make you understand what type of margins we have on Etsy. So the biggest challenge is the Etsy seller policy. Reselling is not allowed on Etsy. Trading is not allowed on Etsy. Etsy is the marketplace where you can only sell handmade products, vintage items, or craft supplies. That means you can source a product from any of your production partners, but you need to do some contribution on your own as well in that product. You can do any customization, personalization, you can do engravings, you can do sublimation, you can do any painting, or you can also have someone do it for you, okay? As long as you add a shop member in your shop, that he is one of my shop members who helps me with production and customization. So you just add the shop member, and you can also have someone do it for you. For example, you have like 500 SKUs, so it's not like that on your own you are customizing 500 SKUs. You can have people do it for you, right? But you can't just buy a product and list it on Etsy. It is against Etsy's policy, and Etsy has been really strict on this. This year itself, Etsy has deactivated 113% more listings who are not compliant in comparison to last year. Now, benefits of selling on Etsy. Etsy is a global marketplace where you can sell your products to customers for over 50 countries. It is not like that you have a different website for each country. It is just Etsy.com. You create a seller account and buyers have access to your listings from across the globe, okay? As long as you have your right pricing strategy for each country. Some key stats, every month, Etsy has over 450 million visits. There are 7.5 million active sellers on Etsy, 95 million active buyers on Etsy, and Etsy did a gross merchandise sales of $13.3 billion with $2.56 billion in revenue, and Etsy also spends $600 million on an average per year to promote their sellers. This is something new, so we'll talk about in coming slides. So these are some benefits that I think, in my experience, I have experienced selling on Etsy. The first is sustainability. Everyone who is selling in India will agree with me that still in India, e-commerce is not considered as a sustainable source of income or a sustainable business, right? E-commerce sellers are like always afraid. The first thing they do in the morning is check their emails that there is no backfire from Amazon or eBay, right? So, but while selling on Etsy, it is not like that. As long as you are compliant with their guidelines, there are sellers who are selling on Etsy for over 15 years now. Second thing, it is highly easy to sell high-ticket products on Etsy. I have seen sellers selling $1,000 or $800, $900 products on Etsy so easily. Reason being is communication. On Etsy, your buyer can have a direct communication with you even without buying a product. So a potential buyer can communicate with you even without buying with you, right? So if we are selling like $10, $20 product, these products are comparatively easy to sell, right? We can see the sales like impulse buying as well, right? People are not going to think about it much. But when we are selling a high-ticket product that is customized as well at the same time, so people have questions to ask, right? They can ask a question, they can chat with you just like a WhatsApp chat, even without buying a product, right? That means you can work with that customer not just once, but for a long term. If you have spent money to acquire that customer by running ads or something, then you have you have the ability to work with that customer for a long term, not for just once. As long as you are on your commitments and you are with your customer service good and you are providing a long term, you are having a long term relation with your customer. Third point is low risk. When we say low risk in terms of money, low risk in terms of time, because see, I'm meeting a lot of people on daily basis, and I have met almost everyone here as well. So not everyone is selling on Amazon, right? There are people who are just starting with their journey. They have limited knowledge, they have limited resources, they have limited money, right? So someone with limited knowledge, limited resources, who is not willing to spend a monthly recurring charge to the e-commerce website or a upfront running cost, Etsy is for you, because there are no monthly recurring charges, there is no upfront ad cost. There is just 6.5% transaction charges, and they only take 20 cents per listing. That is also for 4 months. Next is shipping and returns. Etsy is a platform where you can have a no return policy as well. Literally no return policy. You have options to give your customers like 7 days, 20 days, or 30 days return, but you can also have a no return policy. Next we have is branding and customization. You are the owner of your brand, right? You can do your branding, you can do your shop optimization the way you want. Okay, you have your full control on your product, on your brand, and on the packaging that you are going to offer. Next is high margins, because most of the products on Etsy are customized and personalized, so customers are willing to pay more for that as well. Just give me a second. How to set up an Etsy shop. Before we move forward setting up an Etsy shop, there are few points that we need to consider to make sure are we even ready to sell on Etsy. The first one is product and niche selection. So Etsy shops are not general store where you can sell anything to anyone. Okay, we need to pick up a niche first. For example, you are selling a sports related product, right? So you can't sell t-shirts in the same shop. Etsy, it is against Etsy's policy, Etsy's guidelines. So you need to do some market research first as per the availability of your resources, as per your geographical location, right? You can't, you will not be able to sustain on Etsy if you are selling a product sourcing from Kerala, right? You have to make sure that the product you are selling on Etsy is easily accessible for you, because you never know when customer wants it, what personalization they want. So before starting with Etsy, just do your own market research, understanding in what niche you are good at, what knowledge you have, and how sourcing is going to work for you. Second is quality and unique selling proposition. So Etsy is a very customer-oriented and feedback reviews-oriented platform. So when we are working in a such customer service and customer-oriented platform, then we need to make sure that we are providing top quality products. Either provide top quality products or just don't sell on Etsy. There is no middle option. Because these customers are always willing to write reviews. They are just waiting for the delivery, and as soon as they open the shipment, open the parcel, they are going to go back to Etsy and write a review for it. They are so good in writing reviews. So we need to make sure that we are not leaving any stone unturned in terms of quality. Next is pricing and profitability. So when we are working on a marketplace that is catering to over 50 countries at the same time, so we need to make our pricing strategy smartly as well. So the shipping cost from India to US is different than India to UK, right? So we have to create multiple shipping profiles within our Etsy shop so that we are catering to all the audience but staying competitive as well at the same time. Next is branding and shop appearance. So as I told you, you are the owner of your brand, your own Etsy store. So make sure that the shipments that you are delivering are well packed. All of my shipments and all of my Etsy shops we provide free gift wraps. So anyone who was not expecting a gift wrap will still get a gift wrap, right? And it will feel good to open a shipment that is coming in a gift wrap. Shipping and customer service, so these customers on Etsy want quick replies, right? They want quick deliveries as well at the same time, since we are working in a very customer-oriented platform. So we need to make sure that we are working with a shipping company who is providing at least like 7 or to 15 days delivery, right? They don't want to wait for months to get a product, because most of the products are meant for gifts for particular occasions, right? So they don't want those occasions to already skip and then product is coming. These are the few top selling categories on Etsy. If you want, you can take a photo of this one. Jewelry is one of the biggest selling category on Etsy. If you are in a jewelry business, if you have some sort of mechanism to make customized jewelries for customers, then Etsy is for you. I can assure you that you will start getting orders from the very first day. Next is home decor, clothing, wedding, Indian wear, art and collectibles, craft supplies, toys and games at the last. So if you are into these categories, so you can certainly try selling on Etsy. Creating an Etsy account is super simple. Just log into etsy.com, sign up for free. You will see an option, sell on Etsy, go to it. Select your shop language, select your shop currency, shop country, then you are all set. Just select your shop name. So make sure the name that you are going to select is going to match with the niche that you are going to pick, okay? So just take care of this one. Then do listing. This is how a basic Etsy listing looks. And all the payments on Etsy are at global level. Within Etsy India, it is through Razorpay. But if we are selling globally, then all the payments are through PayPal. It is very convenient. Buyers are willing to take risk, right? And because they trust PayPal a lot. This is how a Etsy shop looks. There's a banner, there's your photo, there's shop logo, shop name. It will also show the location. This is in Boston, and these are the few listings. But you might be thinking that if it is super easy, then how come these guidelines come into the picture, right? So as soon as you open an Etsy shop, within 24 hours, you will get an email from Etsy. Thanks for opening an Etsy shop, but we need few information from you. That's a very tough email to respond. Even PayPal sends this type of email. We need few information from you. So you need to respond to those emails in a very detailed manner, how you make the product, what type of involvement you are in that product building. And they will also ask for a few photographs of the product making process and product. So as soon as you submit those information, again within 24 hours, one of the Etsy rep will give you a call and they will verify these details. If they think that you are a genuine, legitimate business, then they will ask you to go ahead and get your shop live. They will also help you with listings, shop optimization. They will help you throughout the process. If you become a star seller on Etsy by meeting certain criteria, they will also assign you a dedicated account manager who is going to work with you closely and will help you to grow your account further. Payments are through PayPal, but make sure that you have a PayPal business account, okay? Just personal account is not going to work here. Coming to Etsy ads, there are two types of ads that Etsy platform has. One is Etsy ads, that is within Etsy. Second is off-site ads. Etsy is going to run ads for you on Google, Facebook, YouTube, and other social media platforms, and not going to charge you any upfront cost. So these ads come with low risk, as there is no upfront cost. There is no cost to click cost. Like if they are, customers are even clicking those ads, so Etsy not going to charge you at all. If your listing is getting like 5,000 clicks but no sales, Etsy is not going to charge you at all. Again, low risk. If you end up getting a sale through those ads, Etsy is going to charge you at that time. Okay? So these are Etsy ads, that is within Etsy. Etsy will promote your listing. So sellers, we set a daily budget, a minimum $1, a maximum $25. No seller can set a daily budget above $25. So it is quite transparent. So we'll bid on keywords to help our listing appear higher in search results when potential buyers search for the related items. Now this is off-site ad. This is the same thing that we spoke earlier, that Etsy spends on an average $600 million on to promote their sellers in form of off-site ads. So they are going to promote items on Google, Bing, other social media platform. If you end up getting a sale, then only you have to pay the money. These are the few real-time examples, right? This seller is selling this product, that is walnut wood cooking utensil, for almost 5,000 rupees. Whatever quality it is definitely not for 5,000 rupees, right? Whatever shipping logistics company you are using, you can still make good money out of it. Next example, this is a traditional stone grinder, spice grinder made of stone, right? This is very common in Indian household, but this is definitely not for almost 20,000 rupees. It doesn't matter how much heavy it is, whatever be the quality, it is not for 20,000 rupees. Next, the same seller is selling clay pot for 6,000 rupees. You can get it from Jaipur for 600 rupees, or you can get it from NCR also, whatever quality it is. This is the seller who has made over 3,500 sales over the next 3 years on Etsy, selling same products. So you can imagine what sort of margins they have and what sort of money they are making. They also made it to Shark Tank India Season 2 last year and got 50 lakh rupees funding. So even Etsy sellers made it to Shark Tank. Next example is Indian teapot, another seller who is selling for 6,800 rupees. So definitely it is not for even 800 rupees. And this seller has made 572 sales so far. Another seller is selling a very common, this is very common on e-commerce. This product is very common, very high in demand. It sells really well on any platform you sell. You list it on Amazon, you will get orders same day. You list it anywhere, you will start getting orders. It is very high in demand, but it is definitely not for 4,600 including shipping. And this seller has sold this item for over 1,000 times. It's the same product, they are selling for almost 6,000 rupees. Diwali is coming, they are selling diyas for 3,000 rupees. And these listings are real-time listings that I took a couple of days ago, and these are the sellers that are getting sales of these items. Again, a similar item for almost 7,000 rupees, and this is it from my side. So, last thing I just want to add, if you think like you are a top 10% or top 20% Amazon seller, Etsy is not for you, right? If you are in rest 80%, you can make same amount of money on Etsy as well if you have a right product and a right strategy. So, if you guys are already on e-commerce, well and good. If there are people who are just starting their journey with e-commerce, so I think this is the right time to start, right? We are having these type of conferences export focused that we never had before. And eBay is focusing so much on their global selling, like that has never happened before. And even Walmart has come up with a Vriddhi program that has also never happened before. That means this is the right time to start. So thank you Meghla as well for having me here.
Thank you so much,
Thank you team.
Rohit. That was really good information. Thank you. I've also heard that Etsy accounts get suspended very quickly, right, without rhyme or reason. Is that an issue you
Yeah,
face
all
or
Etsy
worried
account
about?
as soon as you open get suspended within 24 hours. Okay? Because they are going to ask you information that I told you. They need to understand your business, right? Otherwise, resellers are everywhere, right? Every reseller wants this sort of margin. So they will give you a Google form to fill. You have to fill in a detailed manner. As soon as you submit that form, they will also call you within 24 hours. They will also talk to you, like how do you make products, what is the process, what is your involvement. And after the call, then they will get the account live. So this is the process.
This call comes from Etsy India, like they're India.
Etsy India, Etsy India.
Because I've heard in the US, there's very difficult to contact them. There's nobody to call, right? Did you have the same situation? Yeah, okay. So that's good to know that at least in India, there's somebody you can talk to. Do you need to have an Indian company or, US company or
No,
just with
Indian
your
company will get the job done.
Okay, great. Any questions for Rohit? Oh my God, so many questions.
So my first question is, so if I'm creating a product, firstly I'm just decreasing the product for get more sales. After get some 100 sales, if I increase the product, is any violation?
No, you can have as many listings you want.
Like in Amazon, there will be a problem. As of my experience, if we
It's
change
a
the pricing,
totally different platform. So do not compare it with Amazon at all. There is no comparison, right? On Etsy, you can have as many listings you want and as many SKUs you want. So that's not an issue.
I'm asking that if I suddenly change the price, so like any approval or anything?
No, nothing. It is not a approval-oriented platform. You are the owner of your product, your packaging, and your branding.
Hi, Rohit.
Hello.
So my question is regarding what just Meghna was mentioning, that account suspension. So it's been almost 3 to 4 months that we have registered on Etsy, and we got a couple of orders, right? So our account was suspended last month, right, without any prior information. And when we tried contacting the India team of Etsy, they were unaware of the reasons why it was suspended, right? So they gave us a 10 list of items that these could be the, probable reasons of your suspension, right? And it's almost a month now that we have been writing emails and chatting to the agent on Etsy in the US team that what are the reasons, right? Because it's again an embarrassment and harassment also, right? For new sellers on Etsy. So how do we as new sellers address those challenges, right?
See, I'm not an Etsy person, so I'm not sure what went wrong with your account, to be honest. But there are multiple reasons of accounts getting suspended, right? When we are into e-commerce, there are times when we use product images that are already available on Amazon, right? We are using same images, same screenshots. Etsy is keeping a track on everything to make this platform as transparent as possible for buyers, right? So make sure that you are always using your own images, right? Your own description. Don't copy paste the description from Amazon or anywhere else. So do not copy paste anything on this platform, right? Otherwise, you will end up getting a suspension. If Etsy thinks that you are selling a product that already 40 other Etsy sellers are selling, that will also be a case of suspension because they will think that it is a bulk manufactured product and there is no additional customization that you have done on it.
Hi, Rohit. Sir, my question is that what is the tech compliances I need to follow that if I am going to sell a product on Etsy and you are going to send that package to the US customers, do I need to follow
Yes,
that or it will be handled
most of
by
the
you
Etsy
also?
orders are fulfilled by merchant because most of the orders are customized and personalized, and the documents and all required to sell on Etsy are same as any other e-commerce export platform. You need to have your GST. Everyone is having their Aadhaar card and PAN card, right? If you are using a commercial export, you are want to create an account in DHL or RMX, then you need to have your AD code, your IEC, your LUT, your IEC gate screenshot to be submitted to those freight forwarders so that they can create your export account and you can ship further in CSB5.
Hello, sir. So
Yeah.
one is that how we get rank on Etsy by Etsy ads.
See, on Etsy ads, SEO is something that is very uncertain on Etsy, I will say, because the parameters are multiple. Etsy is going to do SEO for you on the basis of your keywords that you have done in your listing. They will also do SEO on the basis of the description you have and the titles you have. So make sure that your listings are always a top quality and everything is SEO friendly. So that's the only way to get the ranking.
Great. Thank you so much, Rohit. I think you need to start a course on selling on Etsy now. I think there's a lot of interest. One more question. Okay, last.
Just for an idea, does a DIY box of regular craft supplies work
Works really well.
really well?
Really well.
So no personal touch in the supplies as
No,
such, just a box?
in DIY, they are not too serious because at the end, customer is going to do something with it, right? So as long as you are selling DIY, Etsy is good with that.
Great.
Yeah. This is a hot topic.
Hi Rohit. So my question is, because he told you about the suspension of the account, so we are working on the same business. So as per the Etsy policies, if you write an appeal to the Etsy team for the suspension, you get a revert or a solution within 14 days, right? So it's been 1 month, we are waiting for a revert from them, and whatever revert we get is the automated one and has the similar list of violations, possible violations. So we have, done all our researches and everything, and we found out that there is no such violations as per the guidelines they have said, and we are totally in line with the policies, everything Etsy has to do. So what do you suggest, because it's been 1 month already, so do we need to create a new Etsy account for us, or do we wait for them to revert?
See, this solution I can't give because it is up to Etsy, right? They are the decision makers.
Right.
But I'm not sure like what went wrong with your account because I don't have any knowledge of your account, your products. There are times when we created an Etsy account earlier that got suspended, then we are creating again, then they do mapping, then they suspend a new account as well. If we are using same IP, it is same with Amazon as well. So there are multiple reasons. So I suggest to you, if you have, but creating a new Etsy account is again a challenge because you need to have a new GST, new laptop, new mobile, new address, new phone number, right? So if you think it is worth, you can do it. If you think it is not worth, that is up to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Rohit. And I'm so glad that you answered my LinkedIn post when I was searching for an Etsy expert. So this
So
is
thank
for
you.
you.